You ready to start fighting for real?
So I was walking around trying to pick a good vantage point to bow to y'all from to start the recording. And then I noticed that this shifty boy's still hanging out over here. I guess it's because we haven't killed enough people to make him think we're cool.
Now invade and if you grow, come on, give.
You can get his outfit, presumably by murdering him. But I guess there's maybe a quest line. I've never really done Rosario's fingers or whatever. Ross's fingers. Okay, we got to do shit. Enough's enough. I went out there and tried to have some fun, play some other video games, but then I realized that y'all would never put up with it, son. The collective, Tenfey, the Tenfey collective that is my boss, was like, Tenfey, what's the meaning of all these Zelda 2s? And I was like, but, just trying to, recharge my batteries. And then I put up that Animal Crossing video, and that was it, boys. Unforgivable. How dare Tenfey try to decompress with a simple combat game. Look, we can make the Moonlight Greatsword, which, sadly, both of these, the Thick Magic Boy, will never have. I'm like y'all when it comes to Tommy quitting that Tommy's Magical Good Times playthrough. That's when I become like y'all. Every day when I run into Tommy, I'm like, more Dark Souls 3 win? Question mark. All right, now that I'm done being bitter and petty to my small but loyal fan base, let's sell some things. Let's level up, and then we got to beat this fucking game. Look. All right. I realized. I realized the true meaning of Tenfey. It's not the destination, it's the games we played along the way. As long as the games we played along the way are all Dark Souls. Alright, let's see here. What are we going to replenish? We got these. I think we're good as far as sundries go. What qualifies something as a sundry? Grey Rat's like, well, I believe it's if you put hot fudge and nuts on it. Nightly just turns to look at the camera. He's like, this fucking guy. Do I have a this fucking guy command? I've got this. I don't think it quite gets the point across. Okay. Andre of Astora, make me strong. If you can. He can. When did I find an Estus Flash Shard? I never know where I get these things. They just show up under my pillow when I wake up. I think the Firekeeper sneaks in there like my mom and hides them, but I just pretend to be asleep, so that way she doesn't feel bad. Oh yeah, I've got Loot Defender. And I can make my shield just a mite bit better. Well, isn't that good? It's a good thing. Oh yeah, I never figured out if I should infuse this thing. Bless Crystal Raw Refined. So if I did bless it, it would go down to 95% physical damage reduction, kind of like the Grass Crest shield in the first Dark Souls. But it would also give me constant HP regen. So I don't have a blessed gem, so it doesn't matter. I have to go find blessed gem. That was back before they had the term based. Back in the olden times when you did something cool. They were like, oh, let's blame. When Jim came in there and he was like, hey guys, look, I just, plowed a whole field yesterday. And someone was like, blessed. And somebody else in the congregation was like, blessed on what? It's a good internet humor joke. All right. Keeping the onion armor for nostalgic purposes. For cosplay purposes, but we'll sell everything else. Everything must go. We can't give these onion armors away, boys. Well, come on down to Nightly's Discount Armor Warehouse, son. If you can wear it in there, we'll give you trade-in credit for it, boys. Even if you shit in your pantaloons, son. As long as they've got a little bit of Thaco. As long as they got a little bit of armor class, son. We'll give you at least a little credit. We're like the ye old GameStop. Okay. Level up. For safety. I believe we were just leveling our vigor. I want to get my vigor to 40. Well, thank you, Dollface. Well, where are you running off in your Eastern armor with your Black Knight's halberd? We got to see that man for a long time. Well, how did you die in here? Okay, you were running around. He must... Were you poisoned? How? I'd like to think the the firekeeper here. You know, I never do any motions in front of her. She reacts to some of them. What do you think about solidarity? Boom. Boy, she's so polite. What if I were to clap sarcastically? Would you just bow to everything? What if I bow to you? What if I swear fealty to her? Fine. You're just fucking a riot to be around, aren't you? Good God. Let's go beat this damn game. The Consumed King's Garden. What could be behind the stone doors? Something good, I hope. Boys, it looks like a hallway. I'm always a bit wary of hallways in a Dark Souls game. It's kind of like PT. Hold on, y'all. Give me just a sec. I'll be right back. Boys, I'm sorry about that, y'all. I had to take care of something. Dark Souls is one of them games you can't pause. It's like when your mom comes in your room and you're playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And she's like, Benjamin, honey, I need you to do this real quick. I'm like, but Mom, fight a Super Macho Man. And she's like, honey, I'm sure Randy Savage is perfectly reasonable. And if you're telling me your mom's asking you for a favor, these people are going to get up. I've played enough Resident Evil games to know that when you walk down a hallway full of corpses and pick up an item, everything around you. I don't know if you noticed this, but I held the button to block and all this shit has popped up on the screen. What the fuck was that? Huh. Could anyone explain that? Boys, it's like games done quick. I've literally never seen that. What could have caused that? All I've done, I quit out to the menu for a few minutes and came back in and I held the left bumper down. That was neat. I looked up at OBS to make sure it recorded for y'all. Boys, I guarantee there's some speedrun tech there. Boys, we'll get in a Summon Assault video before it's over. Hot damn. I can already hear the inspirational music. Chest ahead, and then no mimicry ahead. Well, its chain is falling in a very non-mimicky way. Luckily, there's no, downside to just poking chest. Look at you. He just took off like fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. He's the real Knight. If I ran into him and he saw Knightly, he'd be like, I finally caught you, Knight Faker. The ultimate Knight form. What had happened to you? Oh, you were fighting them Dragon Boys. You got to have steely resolve when you fight Dragon Boys. You can't just come in here with a long flowing cape. Ain't you seen The Incredibles? And then there's this asshole. Oh, no, you're not the same guy. You seem slightly different. Oh. Is there a mimic in here somewhere? I've seen this before. That man was sport fucked by a mimic. Scully, ancient cultures believed in mimics, treasure chests that exploited human avarice by taking the form of a treasure to lure unsuspecting victims in. Now, Mulder, scientific evidence has completely debunked the possibility that a monster could turn itself into a treasure chest. Scully, so fucking skeptical all the time. Remember all them aliens that we fought? Remember the mushrooms that made us trip balls, Scully? Scully, remember that time those ghosts in that house on Christmas made us shoot each other? And here you are going to doubt me about this shit. Fuck tired. This is my fanfic where Mulder's had enough of Scully's skepticism. You died in the corner. How? Well, we know how because we know what happens in corners. Well, actually, he escaped the corner, son. He changed fate for that brief moment. When he beholds an unspeakable present, at least on that one, he'll be like, I did all right job. See, there's a blood chip. Maybe in New Game Plus, these are mimics. Who knows? Oh, you'll notice we got a new emote. Let's equip it. What are we going to give up? Solidarity. I like that in case we want to show somebody that we're cool, but, without making a big deal. It's like when Vegeta just fucking flipped the peace sign or whatever at Trunks. I think that's in some countries. If you're from a country where holding your index and middle fingers up in a sort of V shape is considered rude, let me know in the comments. Because here and in Japan and America, it means good times. V for victory. I don't really use this Dark Moon loyalty, so let's switch it to Path of Dragon. That lets you meditate. It lets you unlock your true dragon form, son. Okay, you might think we're done in here. You're like, Tenfey, you've got all the treasures out of that room. Now go back up in the castle and beat the twin princes. I've got you a lot of slack. But what if I were to tell you, that there are more secrets and more lies? What did the messages say? Try rolling. Well, that would work. Both of these are good messages, I guess. How did you die here? He died of shock when he saw that there was a whole new world. Look, he tried to roll. His thighs were so thick he fell through the world geometry. Son, be careful. The thick thighs can save lives, but wide hips sink ships. It's a true story. Where are you going, Ghost Man? To a secret message. See, Ghost Man helped us. Let there be dark. Let there be death. That's just edgy enough. Son, maybe I am the true faker knight. Now, which one was the faker? I've never played Sonic Adventure 2. Was Sonic the faker or was Shadow the faker? Son. You're the thick thighs guy. I've already seen you fall through the world geometry like a chump, so I ain't fucking upvoting nothing. But I am going to see how this man died. A halberd man, nonetheless. You always hate to see, you fell down there, well, how much HP did you have? My God. He was playing the game in heaven or hell difficulty from Devil May Cry 3, and the slightest bit of damage killed him. I'm going to read the secret messages. Here. I got to upvote it. Could this be a regular? Well, I'm going to upload that just because of groupthink, son. My human brain tells me that if all the other humans are doing it, I got to do it too. It's one of the reasons why we're such a garbage species. Okay. So, if you haven't caught on yet, this is where we started the game when we woke up in that fucking coffin, but this is like an alternate Dark World version of it. And we must have the Moon Pearl because we haven't become a pink bunny. Of course, that was Link's like inner form. That was his persona that was covered for. Now, I targeted you, and I've caught in whatever the hell this is. This PC gaming was a mistake. Okay, it went away. Summon Assault if you're watching. Oh, I guess whenever I lock on targets now, I get to enjoy this little screen. Should I restart the game? Or do y'all like the little extra? Maybe I just won't lock on the enemies. That's the way this game attempt. No, even aggression. Combat itself. Oh God, I let those people fully digivolve and I've paid the fucking price for it. And they're going to pay the price for pissing me off. I didn't. I was trying to use the pine resin and I deleted it off the bar. That's the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. Alright, let's fix this. Boom. Also, I didn't really need that because, spoilers, I'm a bad motherfucker and I kill for fun. I don't even need Jesus to tell me to kill people. When the Crusaders got there, they were like, boys, somebody's already been here killing the most crowd. He must have been, Jesus must have got him first. He was on the way to our place, so Jesus just stopped off and was like, hey, these people over here think slightly differently, so I need you to stab all of them to death. Remember in the Bible when I said to stab people to death? Remember that time that bear like fucked all those kids in the Bible? It's the true thing that happened. The prophet Elijah was walking through the woods and he was hot shit. He was like probably like 600 years old or some shit. And he's just walking around and being like, hey, you know, Jesus, that guy you afraid to? Yeah, we're real fucking tight. Well, anyway, some kids ran up and started making fun of him. I think because he was bald. Son. Jesus, the prophet Elijah, he was Tycho from Penny Arcade, and these kids were running up asking him why he was so bald, and so the prophet Elijah like looked up to Jesus or God. I think this is Old Testament, so Jesus wasn't there yet. I forgot Jesus wasn't introduced till the sequel, but Anyway, he's like, God, do you fucking hear this shit? Well, Jesus and God are technically the same person. So, that's not my fan theory. I'm getting eat up by dogs. I can't stop the garbage overflow. I'm going to warp straight to Princess Peach. Son, we're going to get a credits warp. When I get to the next bonfire, I'll restart the game. I'll just end the recording and go another month. I'll just go play video games I want to play. And y'all just had to be mad at me in the comments. Okay, there. Remember there was one crystal lizard here, but now there's two. Oh, I never finished telling you a story about that bear. Anyway, the prophet Elijah was like, God, these children are being super fucking huge pricks. And God was like, okay, I'll fucking show them. Talking shit about my boy Elijah. Lord help me. You know, male pattern baldness, son, it's a sign of high testosterone. Y'all are hating on my boy for being too masculine. And so he sent a she-bear specifically and down to see them kids. And spoilers, graveyard dead, the whole lot of them. And Elijah was like, oh, what's that? You were talking about you? Oh, no, we've overflown more of the fucking... I'm telling you, we're going to get somebody get Hidetaka Miyazaki on the line and ask him if he's ever programmed a video game. Does he know how it works? There's certain... You want certain things to be on the screen at certain times. Well, they weren't even guarding a cool item. Praise to you. I don't accept empty praise like that. I only accept genuine praise. Which is why I accept no praise. Because all praise is given under false pretenses. At least that's how my brain takes it. Boys, you just had a rough fucking time of it. Is that the faker? It is! Where are you running? Why didn't you chaos control your way out of there, idiot? What if as I was running down this thing, the big fucking gun Matt truck started chasing me? Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got untended graves, gotta refill my Estus. I often wonder how many of you all enjoy when I make up dumb songs on the Tenfey channel. A secret dog, Ray the dog. Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, is our least favorite character, Ray the dog. Somebody make him in Sonic Forces and then throw him off a cliff where he belongs. Boys, it's dark out there. Dark City was probably filmed somewhere in this area. I don't want to be invaded by crime healed. Well, you wasted no fucking time casting a bunch of bullshit magic, didn't you? I'm going to take a sip. Now I'm going to put lightning on my sword, and then me and you can have an exchange of ideals. Good God. What have I got equipped? Okay, good. I've got the magic stone plate ring on. She doesn't expect that. Crim healed is like, oh, I've invaded your world, and soon you shall be put quite asunder by my powerful magics. Oh no, Croomhill, did a man with a sword get near you? Boys, that weren't even honorable. We're just going to path a dragon and show her that we didn't even get mad. Look, that man was like I would be if I saw two people fighting in real life. He's trying to pretend he doesn't see anything. Boys, but you're a witness. Summon Assault, please don't leave this part in the video. It didn't have nothing to do with speedrunning. Oh, that's right. There's not a bonfire here in this world. I say. And ho, I add. You will look who woke up with a crossbow. Woke up this morning, got yourself a crossbow. I can't believe I let Tyrell the crossbowman. Son. Tyrell the... I'm trying to make him a Sonic character too, to go with Ray the dog. Yes, sir. I would try just changing my graphics settings right now to see if it stops this garbage from appearing, but I assume OBS would become so frightfully upset that something would happen to the recording, so I won't do it. I know that you're over here, and I know that you harbor ill will towards me. Crossbowman, spearman, one of y'all has class. One of y'all, look, you're the worst. Ray of all time, boys, whiffed that shit. When he's up there in the Ray afterlife, where all the Rays that I have failed compare their exploits, like the place at the end of Skyrim. Not Valhalla, of course, because it's super original. Todd Howard made it up. It's Blalhalla. Anyway, He's gonna be so shamed. I like how we have different lures for the different recurring Tenfey enemies. Because, as we just established, the Ray Rays all meet in a great hall. So, where they're served. In the afterlife, the Ray Rays... Look at that knife perfectly in my chest, like I'm the teacher from... what's that movie where the kids get off the airplane and Death gets super fucking mad and is like, I'm coming after you. A Final Destination. There's like a lady... Like a knife gets shoved in her chest and then an oven door explodes and knocks it further into her chest. Son. But anyway, in the great afterlife where the Ray Rays meet in the Hall of Honor, son, they're served by Tyrells. That's the great juxtaposition. But I was saying that's their lore, but the Fat Chubs from the Resident Evil remake games, like they're like the Avatar, and like their spirit carries on to the next body. No, don't tell me Tenfey don't have lore. You get to live in the darkness. Well, I guess I'll stab you first. I'd hate to send you to darkness without a gaping chest wound. There he goes. He's with the reverse Jesus now. Oh, the crossbow man. You'll notice my meters are all fucked up too. It's odd. I really don't think I should fight the next boss with all that shit going on. So, I'm just going to have to quit the game and start a new recording session. So, if y'all would give me but a moment. Alright, we're back again. Let's see. My meters don't look fucked up, so I'm going to assume the problem is fixed. But I guess we'll find out for sure when we're fighting Gundyr. He's like the real version, son. He was hiding his power. It was like when Yusuke first fought Toguro before he showed up and was like, oh, by the way, I weren't even really trying. Stupid. Why don't you come to the Dark Tournament so I can kill Genkai? And then I can try to hug a spirit gunshot and die. What would be the best thing to use against this asshole? We ought to just put the fat ring on and be done with it. Yeah, let's do it. Can you unequip? Okay, maybe in this game... I don't remember if it breaks when you unequip it in this game. I honestly don't. But we've got 4 ring slots, so fuck it. So yeah, you'll notice that in the refight they programmed him to be a fucking card carrying motherfucker. You've just got to deal with his shit. It's just Miyazaki's way of saying get good. It's Miyazaki fully kowtowing to the fucking casual crowd that love to fucking talk about how hard Dark Souls is. What if the boss could attack like 9 times in a row? And if the player doesn't perfectly dodge all of them, well, I guess that's his fucking fault. Whatever, brah. Sorry, I didn't know we were making casual baby games. Is the next Souls game used the Sesame Street license? Alright. Now that we've done doing our walk of shame, bitch and moan session, Let's run in there and get our asshole plundered again. It sounds good. Boys, that man's a motherfucker. You can see they like intentionally gave him moves that punish how you fight normal bosses. Because if you try to roll away in Estus, he can like one frame fucking teleport to you and tell you it's nothing personal. And yeah, he's got those attack strings if you try to block him. So I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people say he's a good boss. Alright. We're almost done with this section, and then we can head back to the actual game. We're almost done with this side story, this filler arc. The Untended Graves filler arc, son. Not since the Purple Tunic saga in Breath of the Wild has there been such a pointless, meandering waste of time. Speaking of purple, I should get Monster, specifically purple, sugar-free Monster to sponsor me. When you need your brain cells to fire just long enough to say stupid shit into a microphone before you go back into a daze, use Purple Monster. This place has Black Knights here now, who are a little bit more dangerous. If they were Dark Souls 1 Knights, they wouldn't be, because you could actually parry their attacks. But as you can see here, there's, like, the timing just, I don't understand it. You saw me fucking struggling fighting Gundyr, trying to parry his horse shit, so who the hell knows. They get infinite poise too, by the way. You only get poise if you're an enemy in Dark Souls 3. That's the enemy's poise privilege, or poise village as we call it. I don't feel like fighting the other Black Knights. There just ain't nothing I give a shit about. Although I don't remember what's up here where the Szechuan Master was in the Waking World. I'll let you be. Or do you aggro? Yeah, that's what I thought. More Resident Evil horse shit. I was going to say, I'll get behind you eventually. Just enough that you get to punish me. Of course, I use strategy and tactics, but that's not good enough. Not for Miyazaki. You need strategy, tactics, and to suck Miyazaki's dick so he likes you enough to not make the enemies have just enough HP that your strategy doesn't work. Some sort of katana sword. Boys, Knightly. You try to hand him a katana sword and he's like, God, what happened? Why would somebody take a perfectly good piece of metal and ruin it? He only likes swords that can also be used as a metaphor for the cross. The sword of the Lord, as you can call it. Kien no Sama. Hey, buddy boy. What if I just stood up here and did this? Wouldn't you be super fucking mad? Look at him down there trying to pretend he's not mad. Fuck you. I'm gonna burn pine resin on you because I hate you and your kind so much. He just gets to do whatever he wants. The privileged sack of shit. Are you done yet, or do you get 16 more attacks of opportunity? Piece of shit. The Hornet Ring has something to do with... No, that's the Leo ring that gives like counter thrust damage. I don't know. I never bother with any of that shit. Is there anything to be gained in here? Well, I mean, I know there's a couple of things, including this right here, which is an infinite homeward bone. Booyah. Why homeward bone when you can get the coil sword fragment for free? So you'll notice the old lady's down here, but she's a more different old lady.
Well, fancy that. A lost lamb what can...
One thing, she sells the Knight Artorias set, or the Wolf Knight, as he's known in the future, son. He goes by his deviant art name in the future. Increases faith. Well, I don't believe I'll be encountering George Michael anytime soon, so we can leave that there. All right.
Best not.
Whatever, lady. This is why we put you in the bad version of Firekeep Shrine. Andre's hammer. And then back here behind the secret wall. Ha! So right where the blind lady hangs out in our world, there's a pair of Firekeeper eyes. I don't know if they're like marbles, and they like a cat's eye marble is not actually a cat's eye. But what I do know is that it doesn't matter. And who gives a shit? It's Dark Souls 3. Who even fucking cares about the lore at this point? I can't remember if there's anything on the roof other than it being on fire. So let's take a gander before we get the hell out of here. up on the rooftop. You're not... Okay, there's already a ghost up there. You're technically not supposed to be able to get up here. You got to use the little sequence break that I use at the beginning of every playthrough to get the silver ring early. The silver serpent ring. So, I mean, there's not really any reason for there to be extra loot up here unless Miyazaki expect it's equal to sequence break. But yeah. Huh, it's a liar. Oh, if we hadn't already got the silver serpent's ring, I guess it would be here. So I guess we're in the same physical space as actual Firelink Shrine. We're just in a different instance of it. I don't know. Son, I'm sure Vatty's written a whole fucking Goosebumps-esque series of fanfics based on it. So go ask him. Okay. Let's see what champion Gundyr can be turned into. Ooh.
We did not mayhem of what seemed.
Oh, he's telling us the lore of that place, but we don't give a shit. Boom. That's right, the prisoner's chain. This is what the pros use. It increases your stats, but you take more damage. Or we could make his halberd, but we're not halberdmen. Alright, we'll give this ring a try. At least I can pretend to be professional. This doesn't say anything about it breaking, taking it off, but I'm not going to chance it. Boys, all of these rings are so useful. But if I were going to take one off, it would be this one. We'd lose the Satsui no Hado. But I'd say increasing our power by taking more damage is pretty damn Satsui no Hado when you think about it, son. I'm the real Satsui no Hado. So once again, bring up the faker analogy. Do we have anything that we wanted to sell? Oh, I've got bone dust. Y'all didn't say nothing. I say as you've been screaming at your monitor this entire time that I need to burn that bone shard. That bone shard is ready. Anyway, as I was saying, is there anything I need to sell? Oh yeah, all this junk. Hi, lady. Got some high-tier garbage for you. Look, a katana sword. I don't know any blacksmiths that could use a new hammer. Andre's right there. One tear rolling down his cheek. Cool and beans.
Ashen White Room.
I guess we'll gain some levels. Oh yeah, I could get this lady these eyeballs. Because I assume she's blind. Here you go.
Ashen One, are these eyes? How great.
Son, the Ashen One held up a bowl of peeled grapes like he was putting on a Halloween haunted house, and he was like, put thine hands in this, and when she was like, ooh, is that eyeballs? He's like, yea, verily. Then he reached for a thing of raw hamburger, and he's like, now thou shalt feel brains. Nightly, every year, puts on the best shitty haunted house for the kids. But spoilers, they only go there to make fun of him. Don't tell him, it'll break his heart. He's like Bill Dotrieve. Son, he needs this. Okay, so I guess we get a little bit of status resistance increase when we equip that ring. I've learned from several like boundary break videos that this guy down here, he's a corpse, but he still blinks. So that's kind of creepy, I guess. Is that a creepypasta? Alright, this fucking place. Good God. This crap. Okay, we got the magic resist ring. Let's see. Boom. Alright, this place is full of like wax heads. And that's not like a pejorative. That's like they actually dip their head in wax. And we will have to at some point if we don't want ghost arms trying to grab our ass. Or, God forbid, our nutsack. If somebody was coming at me grabbing places I don't want them to grab, I suppose the ass would be less egregious than some alternatives. Oh, look at you, little buddy. Ain't even been murdered. Are you luring me into some kind of trap so Miyazaki could think he's real fucking clever? Well, there was a crystal gem. It'll always save the day. Alright, I heard you. You just stood there. He was so shocked that I noticed him. And his 10,000 degree, like, glowing axe that he, like, made a YouTube channel based around cutting shit with. God, that was such a short-lived fad. There's, like, a bunch of these little assholes around here, but we've got asshole throwing knives, so we ain't too worried about them. So 2 knives and a thrust. That'll do you. I bet there's more of you around me. No. There's some of them wax-headed folks. See if we can just pull the one of them at a time. We're going to have to eyeball that knife. He noticed. He's trying to pretend he didn't. He's hoping somebody else will deal with me. Alright, I think... Okay, this is probably going to be a little bit more efficient. Don't fucking rush over here now. It's dangerous. Keep that under 3 miles an hour. You're going to get a ticket from the hall monitor. Have you ever noticed that little tiny satchel on like our right hip? I wonder what Nightly keeps in there. I'd like to think it's mace. Yep, that was real. You tried real hard. How do you even see me? These are like genuinely unsettling enemies. He died doing what he loved, having his head covered in wax. I thought my Estus was a throwing knife. What if he just flung the Estus bottle at him? Oh, well, excuse me. I guess you're one of the cool kids. Because Chad up front turned around and was like, "Bruh, you throwing knives at my bros, bruh? You want to get hit with some magic, bruh? You want to step into the wax, bruh?" He's trying to also recruit me at the same time. He's one of them dude bros, but like he's dedicated to his cause, and his cause is dipping your head in a fucking vessel of wax. Vessel of Wax could be a band name, I guess. Alright, we're just going through this library nice and calm. It's like, in stark contrast to all the antics we were dealing with in the untended grave, son, I figured I'd make the library nice and calm for you. Son, you gotta have lulls in the action. Well, these books, they couldn't have fell off these shelves. There weren't no room for them. I think somebody like the new intern, they kept pushing all the book sorting onto them. And so she was like, "Well, I'll fucking show you." And so she just started hiding them back here in a big pile because she knows none of the other crowd ever goes back here. This is where the hobos go to beat off. So very kindly, she put all the horniest books she could find back there. Horny literature, they call it. I'm not sure what the Dewey Decimal number for it is. And we're wax-headed. The thing that throws me off is the little top part. Like, I don't understand it. But now, if we were to go near these bookshelves without wax head, the ghost arms would come. And our Nightly asshole would remain most unchased. Yeah, there they are. But if you got wax on your head, they don't want you anymore. They're like, ugh. I wouldn't grab your asshole with his ghost hand. A chaos gem. What if we, at the very end, just respect and became a chaos knight? We could do it. I believe chaos scales based on your intelligence and your faith. So we would have to increase 2 stats we don't normally use just to make our sword do more damage. But we'd be so fucking cool. It'd almost be worth it. Plus we do like magic damage, you know. They wouldn't expect it. You see a knight come trudging towards you in a full suit of plate mail, and his sword ain't got no twang rubbed on it. You're like, well, I ain't got to worry about him. What's he going to do? Physical damage? Son? I ain't been hurt by physical damage in 2 millennia. And the next thing you know, you stab him, and he's like, oh god, it's chaos. Son, that's a mongoose enchant. How can you tell? I can tell. There's what I was looking for. This fucking lever. Nope, sorry, ghost hands. This asshole's closed. And we've activated a secret thing. This plays the most Resident Evil. Like, if the village is Resident Evil 4, this is like the most classic, like RE1 style area. Actually, I get more of a Resident Evil 0 vibe in here. I'm not sure why. The Witch's Locks. Boys, we can make the best bagel. Power Within. Boys, we already have the power within. The power of Milady. Son. It's the one thing that would make me want to be a knight. Like, I'm sitting around and I'm like, why do you get to be a knight when, like, you got to wear this armor and trudge around? And I'm like, ugh. They're like, but you get to have the affections of Milady. I'd be like, well, maybe just hold on just a second. What kind of lady we talking about? Okay, what do the witch's locks do? I don't remember. Are they a key item? Oh, they're a whip. Made out of witch hair. Ugh. Ugh. It's just got weird. We gotta re-wax our head. What if we just kept dipping our head in here until the wax got thicker and thicker until we looked like we had a giant head, and then we'd be so intimidating that the enemies would run away. It's like how animals try to make themselves look bigger. It's why cats, when they get like scared, they get real poofy and like they turn sideways. You know that little sideways hop you see like kittens doing in adorable internet videos? That's why they're doing that. It's because like it makes their profile seem bigger. It's why if you're out in the woods and a puma fucking comes at you for whatever reason and you don't have a Russian man nearby to adopt it and give it a better life, what you can do is, if you're wearing a coat, is you unzip it and hold it open. Like you're, think of like the dinosaur that spit in Newman's face in Jurassic Park. You're doing like that, and then the puma would be like, well, good God. I thought this was some kind of lanky fucking ape man, but he's got flaps and folds. You'll notice a lot has happened, and I would be remiss if I don't point out when the Miyazaki's Edge works in our favor like it just did. That time I thought my firebomb was an Estus. Okay, yes, you're super cool. You jumped on my head and hit me with an axe. I'm sure all the other little Orko from He-Man looking motherfuckers around here think you're real fucking neat. Ugh. I didn't even get to finish giving my Puma resistant life tips. Now, when we dipped our head in wax again, I guess it didn't reset the wax timer. Because Miyazaki, he was like, no, you have to stand there and wait for it to wear off and then dip it again. Fuck you. Every second of your life, Hidetaka Miyazaki can take away from you. He grows younger and more virile. Boys. I don't remember what's over here, but it can't be nothing good. Oh, this is where we ran up and then chased that crystal slug. Crystal Slug X. That's my mod of Metal Slug that replaces, let's see, which girl would I replace with Crystal? Between Aerie and Fia. Aerie's my favorite. Tell you what, I'll do double the work. I'll replace Fio with Crystal, dressed in Fio's outfit, and I'll replace Aerie with Freya, dressed in Aerie's outfit. And I bet they'd look real nifty. Boys, I really ought to learn to draw. I could make all kinds of good shit. Boom. Do you notice these fucking things? Where do you think they're coming from? I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with Bristol Brage. Remember the Crystal Sage that we fought earlier, where he's in here again, or at least a Crystal Sage is, and he's being a right fucking tosser. Son, he's having him a bit of a giggle, and I'm not tolerating it. Now, I'll be able to run up there and hit him a few times, but he's going to teleport away like the punk bitch he is. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Wow, you did a real good job hitting me with that scatter shot, boy. Irving Kennis, you are not. Right now, go in the comments and tell me if you know who Irving Kennis is. You're not allowed to Google it. Well, you had a glowing flame bridge. Where do y'all get all these cool glowing weapons? I say as I run up there with my sword aflame. Hiding around the corner, huh? And look, he had even more backup. The ghost hands, they're perfectly poised for asshole grabbing. There's a secret behind this wall. And the secret is I don't fucking care what it's over there. I just want to kill this boy right here. But first, let's activate a shortcut. Whoop. You're not allowed to attack me when I'm on the ladder. Haven't you ever played Resident Evil? And don't forget to pull this toggle. Boom. And now we can take a shortcut back to here. And if our wax head runs out, there's a wax head like booster station. You got to check your mobile phone to see if there's any wax head restoring stations in the area before you plan your road trips. Like driving a Tesla. You're like, is there a fucking trailer park out here where I can plug my fucking supercar into? Hey, remember when you were over there and you were just causing me all kinds of trouble? Well, now you're dead. Yeah, throw a big fucking shit fit. I don't even care. He looks like he should be at Carnival. Well, somebody's dying to get stabbed with a lightning enchanted longsword. You gotta admit, it's a pretty fucking metal way to go. If you were at a Def Clock concert and got stabbed through the fucking chest, the back of the chest, with a lightning enchanted longsword, I bet Nathan Explosion himself would look down from the stage and go, brutal. Brutal. I can't do his voice. You don't expect too much of me. Don't tell me you jumped off the side. Okay, thank goodness he didn't. No, why? This man killed you. Peer pressure. 'Twas peer pressure. Killed the beast. We beat this fucking game yet? Can I go back to Zelda 2? Alright. So there's shit to be had down there, but first I want to activate the elevator. Elevator action. Whoop. I like how conveniently all of the elevators only work from one direction until you've activated them one time, and then they're like, well, I guess we'll work all the time now. There's a crystal slug hiding down there. Boys, it's not often we get to kill one with a plunging attack. How satisfying. Slimy, yet satisfying. Well, you are look real mad that I'm up here walking around on the shelves. Well, look, he's trying to pretend that he didn't see me. God bless his heart. There's got to be a way we can properly cheese this man. He went over there. Well, don't you have a special AI for my horse shit? Hey. Oh, I forgot you have a spear. I forgot you were a cool guy, knight. Oh, dude, he's got a fucking crystal spear. I think a rising dragon is in order. Boom! Boom! Dollar, baby! Another rising dragon combo and you'll be done. Rising dragon! Boom! No, he cheated and burned all his meter. Rising dragon. Boy. Smoked. Thou shall get. Says thy. Thine ass has been displayed for all YouTube. He gave me his helmet like I'm going to put that on. I wouldn't dirty my brow with your inferior knight helmet. What were you guarding? The crystal chime. This place is really into crystal, son. Even I have to be like, well, y'all got to stop talking about Crystal so much now. Your subscribers will only tolerate so much of it. You can only sneak her into so many thumbnails before they start to get a bit wary. Okay. There's nothing aggravating me, so I've run out of things to talk about. Okay, here we go. Look at this little asshole. And now he's dead. I don't have to obsessively keep my HP at full anymore, now that I'm free of the Satsui no Auto. So in a way, it was a good thing that we gave it up. Alright, we'll do this little hidden area now that we've got less on us. This man is frosty. I don't have a frost resistance ring, so we're just going to have to fight him and hope that we, use strategy and tactics. We could probably get a free Rising Dragon in. Rising Dragon in! Oh no, he has an aura of coldness. Yeah, he's one of them Bloodborne types. I'm frostbitten twice shy. I want to sit, but the moment I do, he knew it. He sensed it. My cowardly intentions to sip emboldened that man. I fucking hate Bloodborne. God damn it. Alright. Luckily, we activated this shortcut. What? It's a oh, we activated a more different shortcut. Oh, I should have took that elevator down because there is a thing that gets activated by it. Let's just try running past these enemies. I'm sure they won't jump all over us with their fiery axes and throw magic at us and just be a general pain in the ass. Calm and collected. That's what I think of when I think of this library bunch. That's what I'm thinking of. The Resident Evil 2 remake. That's what this library is making me think of. Quick sip. Alright. We can run past quite a bit because the Crystal Sage doesn't respawn. And these shortcuts we activated remain. So we can kind of just dash through here for a bit. Yes, you're real fucking cool running at me doing your little axe tantrum. We all think you've got big dick energy. The other elevator back there by the bonfire actually takes you all the way up towards where the Twin Princes are, I believe. So we won't be activating that one for just a little bit. I've still got much more bullshit to get through. But if I recall, this one takes you down here and we can open a secret bookshelf passage to help us get back up here quicker when we're killed. By bullshit, that's not our fault. By bullshit, that's entirely out of our control. Like trying to have an honorable 1v1. You can't be honorable in a duel if you're some kind of Bloodborne monster. So, I'm just saying. All the honor was coming from me. I give all the honor in this relationship, son. And all you do is take and take. I didn't dip my head in wax, so we're going to have to be extra careful. Let's dip our head in wax. I just realized that it's a problem that could be solved with about 20 seconds of backtracking. Oh, can't hit me when I'm dipping my head. It's one of your all's religious tenets, and you have to follow it. Not my fault. Okay. Whoop. Alright, I think this time when we fight this guy, we should just not get killed by him. We should do a better job. Oh, that's right. I'm wearing a ring that makes me take more damage, aren't I? Boys, I don't know if I'm good enough at the game to wear this ring. What did I take off to put it on? I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, the Satsui no Hana ring. And then what did I take off to... I say. Yeah, I'd rather just use this. Fuck it. Let the pros who are good at the game wear the good rings. Hey, I forgot to ember up, but I'm sure it won't matter. I'm sure we could just fight this guy like a normal Dark Souls enemy. I'm sure he won't just come at us fucking non-fucking stop like a crazed fucking Rottweiler. Let's ember up for safety. Well, I mean, technically I embered up. It's just I wasn't very safe doing it. Oh God, are y'all having a good time? Is this what you wanted? Are you getting the Dark Souls you wanted? Alright. I should have sent the elevator back down here, but what can you do? What can you do with a drunken sailor? A Reliant. Let's get, we need more survivability. Yeah, there we go. It's clear that I'm not responsible enough to just walk around and fight enemies, so... Let's see if we can endure. Let's try and think... Now, what is Miyazaki's intentions with this fucking Ice Knight? I mean, just to have an enemy that comes at you super, super fucking crazy? It's obviously there to punish people who wear shields. Because Miyazaki, like, putting shields in demons and Dark Souls that are good... Like, he looks back on that and cringes. It's like looking back on your old Deviant artwork and cringing at it, son. So he's like so embarrassed, he overcompensates by, in Dark Souls 2 and 3, he made shields and parrying fucking useless. And then in Bloodborne, he took shields out except for a joke one that makes fun of you, if you even think to use it. I guess there's another shield in that game that does a little better, but who fucking knows, man. The guy's a lunatic. The greatest trick that Miyazaki ever pulled was convincing the devil that he could make video games or something. I might be butchering that quote. I don't think I grabbed my bloodstain last time I died, so I don't really need to worry about it. I'm freed from its shackles. It is pointless. Alright. Do we feel better now? No. But I'm still glad we did it. Let's go get some... Let's go get more wax on our head. I was going to go say, let's go get some wax head, but I've been making too many jokes like that in the Zelda 2 playthrough that I assume you haven't watched because it wasn't Dark Souls. Not that I'm passive-aggressive or anything, heaven forbid. Nah, just watch whatever you want, son. I'm just having fun, having goofs. The fact that you watch anything I upload is amazing to me, so... It's kind of like how I give the people that love the Zelda timeline shit so much guff, son. I just like being cranky and ornery. Although I really did want to play more Animal Crossing today. But I felt bad. And so I was like, well, I gotta sit down and make myself play Dark Souls 3. And I think it's been a pretty good episode so far, you know. I think I've managed to get a few noteworthy little things in there. I'm sure you've had a couple of sensible chuckles at it. God, these library hands are so fucking mad that they can't grab a hold of me. Ow. I figured I'd get some close-ups of these things like all over me. How many of you are there in this room? Huh? No wonder the fucking library, they can't keep the budget balanced. They've got 900 fucking employees standing around. If you've got time to shoot magic, you've got time to... I can't really work that into a proper joke. I wanted a good frame to use for like the hands trying to grab me. I figured it'd probably make a good thumbnail. I have been enjoying making my dumb thumbnails. So, if you're wondering, if you're like looking at, I don't know how to explain it to y'all. It's just a fun, relaxing activity to me. I was going to say stop taking the Tenfey channel so seriously, but then I realized I was the one who was taking it the most serious of all. Oh, the recording turns out alright. I tried to make the settings in OBS more better. It's impossible to define good OBS recording settings because, like, every I like watch YouTube tutorials and they're always different. They start the same. There's always some guy looking into a webcam and being like, "What's going on, y'all? It's your boys, These Nuts 420. I'm gonna show you how to get the best recordings." And then he goes into a bunch of settings that are specific to having an NVIDIA graphics card. And at the risk of losing even more subscribers, I have to admit to y'all that I don't use an NVIDIA graphics card, boys. I use an AMD graphics card. Boys, I can hear y'all vomiting when I said that. Son, falling ill. I believe it's a 580. I mean, it plays Dark Souls 3 and it plays Resident Evil 2. Like, those are the most graphically advanced games I play. So I don't really know why I need a fucking 3090. Huh. I thought those things were harder to kill than that. He was so shocked knowing he was being rendered by filthy AMD garbage. Ugh. It took all the will to fight out of him, son. He didn't have ray tracing or whatever to embolden him. I don't know. Tommy wants one of those 3080s, and I'm like, why? And he just goes, Microsoft Flight Simulator, because it's the only piece of software he could think of that justifies it. Boys, maybe they're going to make even more high-definition titties that you can mod into Skyrim, and so you need a better graphics card. Okay, you, a little emboldened by how I was talking shit about your boy back there. So I can understand why he came down here with a little bit more zeal and pizzazz. You ever notice those things are horrifying? They've got like a skull man face. I'm always so busy looking at the rest of them trying to not get hit that I never take the time to appreciate how ugly they are. I miss that Chloranthy ring, boys. Here. Maybe he won't get to us before I can remember how inventories work. I have the Chloranthy ring on. Well, then I don't miss shit. I can't even get mad at him. He's using Dragoon tactics. Well, he's got wings, though. That goes against Dragoons. If you can fly... It's like if Superman tried to play professional football. It'd be like, I think that might be a bit unbalanced. But if you've got wings and can just set up in the air... Unless you go trance and look super cool with your full metal armor and can jump in the air and rain spears down, it's the only way I'll accept it. Not that I'm talking about any Dragoons in particular. Heaven forbid. Okay. A couple of stabs will put this guy in his place, son. Just a stab will do you. That's what Knightley's old-timey 50s slogan is. Here comes that Knightley, chopping all the ladies' meat. Ah, I see you're a man of Miyazaki's edge as well. Son, I'll bow to you. Up. Look at all this splendor. Have we been down there? Is that an actual area? I assume it's just a like low rendered area. Polytheism. Okay, up here is more shit. And over here is the path forward. No, that just takes us... I think there's a ladder we can kick down over here. I believe right in this area is where you find Grey Rat's body if you send him here. Because as I said before, there just ain't no way to save him. Onion Bro and Patches can't save him. Onion Bro because he's dead. Due to no fault of my own. And Patches because he's a huge asshole. Okay. Yes, sir, you're doing it. Big sword. Big man with a big sword. Come on, buddy. Oh, Leah, go ahead. Do whatever. Rising Dragon. I didn't even reach you with the Rising Dragon, but I'm going to kill you with it. You Miyazaki says you haven't piece of shit. Rising Dragon! Smoked in heaven. And then sent to hell. You'll notice somebody threw a magic bolt at me. Boys, the only thing that makes me angrier is if my spaghetti gets touched. I made it where my HUD disappears after a few seconds because I thought it would make for a better recording experience for y'all. But the only downside is if I want to see my health, I've got to like swing my sword. I know about y'all and your games and techniques. They're not even advanced. I know about your all's entry-level techniques. Thrall's Hood. Is he the war chief yet again? Or no, they made Sylvanas the war chief and she was a huge bitch. Imagine that. I don't really know the plot to Warcraft. Or if it's involving Sylvanas, Warcraft. Boys, I hope my friend James Johnson and his wife Jennifer doesn't watch this because she's a huge Sylvanas stan, son. I'm just having fun, Jen, my God. I would never truly disparage somebody's waifu. I'm saying that so I don't go on to... She'll start a YouTube channel and she'll just upload videos where she does nothing but shit talk Freya Crescent. Boys, talk about disheartening. I'd be like Batman. I created my own worst enemy. I go on her channel and she's got a 10 million view video. Top 10 worst rat ladies in Final Fantasy. And I'm like, boys, I don't think... I'm like, maybe Freya's not on that list. You know, I'm just saying. Okay, there's a trio of fucks out here. Be wary of trio of fucks. Here, I'm going to put down a note for y'all. Let's see. Words. We want trio. I believe trio was a choice in one of these. There he is. Trio ahead. Therefore, be wary of... let's see. Let's see, attributes. No, concepts. There we go. So, be wary of sadness. There we go. Boys. If you're playing Dark Souls 3, see if that message is there for you. I don't want to be wary of that trio ahead. Because I think I need like full stats. Full Estus and shit. What we can do is go over to that other part of the roof that we avoided to come over here and kick this ladder down. Okay. Alright. Okay. I wonder if that's part of the Tenfey drinking game. Because I feel like it's something I do fairly often. Boys, they're going to have a hell of a time getting this roof fixed. A hurricane must have come through here, son. A nor'easter blew through here. What if a nor'easter and a hurricane hit at the same time? That's the perfect storm. Were these roofs built to be walked around on like this? Or is it just a coincidence? Huh, it's pointless. What? There's good items here, though. I mean, a single Titanite chunk is pointless. Remember that time the sun was blotted out by the moon? Boys, crowd must have been super fucking freaked out by solar eclipses back in the prehistory times. I can only imagine. It would be like the world was fucking ended. That's metal as shit. If prehistoric Nathan Explosion was there, he'd be like, Oonga. That was their word for brutal. Was that a good joke? Are the execs from Adult Swim watching? I somehow knocked the gargoyle off a ledge and he fell to his death. I disenfranchised him so much. That would probably make an even cooler thumbnail than being grabbed. You know what we could do? We could get a good shot of the solar eclipse to be the base of the thumbnail. And then to put one of my patented spooky ghosts in it, we can, that could be the hands. The hands reject him. That's the name of the haunted painting. If you've never seen it, Wang, the internet sleuth, did a video on it. But I remember back when that thing first appeared on the internet, like pre-YouTube. I don't know how I came across it, but I remember it freaked me the fuck out. Alright, there's the solar eclipse. So, let's see. We're gazing out at it. Son, what if we were Path of the Dragoning into the solar eclipse? Nah, it doesn't really work. Plus, we'll probably use that when we go to the dragon area. What if we're, like, showing solidarity with the solar eclipse? Does that work? We can put our head inside of it. You know how, like, in old religious Renaissance paintings, the halo was like a circle around the head like that, and then we could have solidarity. But we got to get it lined up just right. We'll talk about unnecessary effort. Do y'all even look at the thumbnails at a Tenfey video? Alright. Whoop. And that loops back around to where we've been. There and back again. A Knightly's Tale. Let's go get restored. And then we can deal with that fucking trio. Ooh. Stop trying to grab on my asshole. Somebody touch on my asshole. The fastest way to get replenished would be to go through here. Well, I mean, the fastest way would have been to use... We can't say Homeward Bone anymore. It would be to coil sword. That's the one downside to using that, is it doesn't sound as good as Homeward Bone. Fine, I didn't want to kill you anyway, stupid. No, I'm sorry. Your friend ruined it for both of you. He's like, good job, Frank. I thought we were going to get killed by a cool knight, but you had to be a punk bitch and run away. Cut Frank some slack, son. Boy's got a lot on him. Well, all he's really got on him is that hood, but I'm just saying. So is that hood just a hat that they like pulled down and cut eye holes into? Because I'll approve of such rudimentary hood creation techniques. This time we'll send the elevator back down. Whoop. We actually benefited from not sending the elevator back down that last time. Okay, none of y'all are allowed to hit me. This shortcut is shitty. You've got to go through all kinds of shit and get bukkakied all over. My God. Oh no. Wax bukkake makes you slow. Who knew? Alright, the trio. What are ahead? Alright, we don't need you. There is one of them that casts magic, I believe. Let's just... Should we increase our strength so we deal more damage? I do like hitting humanoid foes, reducing more stamina from them. Also like absorbing. There's so many good things. Look at all these good rings. Well, that's useful if we get back attacks. But we never do. And we're certainly not going to parry. So, yeah, we'll just Night Slay. Because the night belongs to slayers. Is it possible to just pull one of them at a time? One of them is wearing the Farron set from Dark Souls 2. He's the guy in the front. You can just see him. He's... Hold on, I'm using my sword like a PowerPoint presentation. He's right at the tip of my sword. And then there's some kind of magic lady. And then I'm going to assume they have a roguish individual. No healer, luckily. They expect full damage cleave, son. They don't even need a priest. Or, God forbid, a druid healer. Do y'all want to be mature adults and fight me one at a time? Everybody line up for your ass whipping. Knightly's in town. Come on. Oh, I didn't even... There he is. The swordsman. Are you the guy laying dead outside the door? Or are you just his brother? Yeah, they all aggro. Oh, shooting poison arrows at me like a hero. Hey, buddy. Some Rising Dragons ought to be good for taking care of you. Rising Dragon! My Rising Dragons don't give me poise. But when he swings his axe, he gets all the poise in the world. Even I'm getting tired of how much I bitch and moan. Fun. This is fun right here. I mean, I can't fault Miyazaki too much for this encounter. I get the point of it. And at least you've got plenty of warning. You know, you can see them up there. And you can try to, like, use strategy and tactics. But, you know, they can just roll away from you. He's I just realized he has the Satsui no Hado. Although his is, like, axe-based. Ray got us. Somehow y'all are in league. It's like in World of Warcraft how all the fucking wildlife in the woods and all the Defias bandits and all the fucking Null bandits are all like secretly in league to never attack each other and only you. Good times. I guess if y'all like really like listening to me bitch and throw little tantrums, I could see why you only like my Dark Souls videos. Because I'll admit, oh, what's that, buddy? You didn't bring any more S's with you. Did you notice that there's entirely too many motherfuckers hung on me right now? An unhealthy amount. If I could just kill him, it would have all been worth it. But no, you can't have that. You can't have that. Oh, God. I'm just going to end the episode there because I'm not having a good time.